Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to take blouse and skirt measurements. Also I will be showing you how to take pants measurement. Let's get started. To take blouse measurement, let's start with all the vertical measurements. Just like I showed you in my previous video, how to take the gown measurement, the same way we are going to take the blouse measurement. So we'll start from the highest point of the shoulder, then bring your tape over the bust and measure to the desired length. So if you are doing a crop top, those short top, you put it wherever you want it to be, or you are doing a standard length or a long top, depending on the style you're making or your customer's preference. You take the measurement from the highest point of shoulder down to the level that you want it to be. In this case, I'll be taking the standard blouse measurement. So for this mannequin, it is like the length is 21. Then the bust point from your highest point of the shoulder to your bust point. In this case, it is 9.5. Then shoulder to under bust, which is 12 here. Shoulder to waist, 16. Just like I said in the previous video, your shoulder to waist in the front is different from that of the back. So usually it's -1, but for some people it can be -2 or 3, depending on your body structure type. So from shoulder to waist at the back here is 15. So that is that for the vertical measurement. We'll take the horizontal measurement to start with the bust. Here I have 33. Make sure it is a little free. You should be able to put the tip of your fingers in the tape, not too tight. We also do the under the bust. Here I have 27. We do the waist. Here I have 26. We do the bust point to bust point. Here I have 7. We do the chest. Also remember that I told you that when you're measuring the chest, it's usually narrower than the shoulder. If you don't measure the chest and you use the shoulder measurement, that is where you will have excess on this side. That is why sometimes when you wear your blouse, it doesn't stay fit. You have excess there. But if you take your chest, then you get a nice fitting blouse. Then we'll measure the back. On the shoulder, here we have 12. Well, we also since we are going to do the skirt, so I won't bother to measure the hip now. We measure the bicep or the round sleeve. Here I have 10. If you are doing a long sleeve, you want to measure the wrist. Then make sure you are able to slide it down through the hand. If you are using a stretchy material, it can be as close as you want it to be because the fabric stretch out. So you should be able to bring your heart there. All right. Then remember we also talk about the length of the sleeves. You measure the length of the sleeve depending on the style that you are making. So that's it for the blouse. Now we go on to the skirt. So to measure the skirt, it also depends on the style that you want to make. So I will start doing the vertical measurement, so from your waist, and also remember to ask your customer or whoever you're taking their measurement where they prefer to put their skirt. Some people like to put their skirts very low, close to their hip, away from their belly button. So you need to ask your customer or whoever you're measuring where they are comfortable putting their skirt before you start measuring. Well, I will start from the waist down to the desired length. If it's going to be a mini skirt, a short skirt, a knee length skirt, or 3/4 skirt, or the floor, all the way to the floor. So you measure the desired length. And also, if you are doing a long skirt, it is also a good idea to measure from the waist to above the knee, so that you know where to shape your skirt, especially when you are doing like 6 pieces or a flare skirt. Have measure from your waist to above the knee. That is where you put you start your flare, above the knee. In this case, it is 21. Then we go on to measure the waist. The waist should be firm, because in this is skirt. It doesn't have to move around. You have to be firm on you. Here I have 25. Then you go on to measure the hip, the fullest part of your hip. You measure it and make sure you're able to slide your tape back and forth, up and down like that. You don't want it to be too tight or too loose. Then it might be a good idea too, if you measure from your waist to where your fullest part of your hip is, so that you know where to position your hip when you are cutting. All right, so that is it for the skirt. Now we'll talk about the pant. So for measuring your pants, also just like in case of the skirt, you make sure you start from a comfortable position where the person normally puts a pant. You measure from the top. If it's going to be a short, you measure to the desired length. Or if it's going to be a capri, you measure to the desired length. Or if it's going to be a long pant. So if it's going to be slim pants, you measure to the ankle. If it's going to be a wide leg pant, you can measure it to the floor or to the desired length of the customer. In the case of the pants also, you want to make sure that you measure the thigh. So I'm going to raise this skirt up a little bit so that you can see. So you measure the thigh. So I'll be doing both slim and free pant. So if you are doing a slim pant, you measure it not so wide, but at least you should be able to move your tape around like that. You need some ease. So in this case I have 21. You measure the knee. In this case I have 16 for slim pants. If it's going to be a loose pant, we can do 18 or 20 depending on the style. So then we come down to measure the ankle. If it is slim, I can do here, we can do 11 inches. If it's going to be a wide leg pant, can do 14 or 16, or it can be 18. It can be, in some cases, whatever you measure on the ankle can also be the ankle circumference if it's going to be like a free pant. And then we can also measure the waist to the ankle to know where you're going to position the ankle measurements. I'm sorry, the knee. You measure from the waist to the knee to know where to position the knee. That is that for the pants. I hope you are, if with this few explanation, you are able to take your measurements accurately. And one more thing before I forget is the crotch on your pants. That is also very, very important. You know, when you are cutting your pants, you need to know where to position your crotch. In most cases, you can divide the hip measurement by 4 to get your crotch, or you can ask your customer to sit on the surface. The customer can sit on the surface, then you measure from the waist to the surface. While the person is sitting down, measure from the waist to the surface. This mannequin might not be able to sit, I would have showed you. So when you measure from the waist to the surface of where the person is sitting, that is going to be your crotch measurement. All right, that is that for the pants. I will see you next in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment, press the notification bell, and God bless you. Bye.